Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Today is Sunday, February 25th. Good to see you. Welcome on in. My name is BullMuscle. We got a great show for you today. Not going to be our longest one ever, but should be pretty good. So, the question might be, well, what are you doing in the gym? For the regulars here, you know that Sunday has typically been rest day for me. But we're back on maintenance cycle now. So, for those of you who have really been here for quite some time, you will know that in previous maintenance cycles, the way we handled things was that Sunday would often be a day where if I felt up to it, I would do a little boxing or some kettlebell swings, some sort of high intensity interval type stuff. We'll do our normal Q&A as well, as opposed to a rest day gaming stream like old school RuneScape or something like that. What I'm going to do is, kind of go back to my normal push-pull-leg split. We'll still do our gaming streams on Thursdays. I think Thursdays is still a real solid rest day for me anyway. So that's sort of what I'm planning to do. So, anywho, what that means today is that we've got a pretty good show going on. So, go ahead and get started. Start off with some jump rope though. Definitely need to warm up. We'll do plenty of jump rope today. What I think we're going to do is, I think I'm going to do some kettlebell swings, some power cleans, really everything else I'm not going to hit too hard because that means tomorrow I've got push, Tuesday I've got pull, Wednesday I've got leg. And really that's pretty good given that next Thursday I'm liable to not get a lift in. As you guys know, I'm going up to DC, so y'all actually aren't going to see me at all next week. This is our last stream for about 11 days, I think. So y'all won't see me until not this Thursday, but next Thursday. So keep that in mind. For those of you who really like my content, like what I do, this is your last little bit of it for now, I'm afraid. Turn this up just a touch. There we go. Yeah, which casting beat you to it today? Damn. Not getting the right rhythm today. I gotta bring the hands further down, the rope's too high. Start off slower. There we go. There we go. Always off to a good start there. Start off with a couple kettles. And really, again, today, we're not working anything in particular. We're really just kind of getting a general range of motion, getting the heart rate up, getting those calories burned. As y'all know, really, we've begun maintenance cycle, so really try to eat roughly as many calories as I need to, but no more. On days I lift, I've calculated that to be roughly 3,400 calories. I believe it's, I did the actual equation the other day, but actually I could do it again on the whiteboard if y'all are curious. I think I will do that at some point. Not right now, but in a little while. Let's start with some kettlebell swings. Again, not meant to go super strenuous. We're definitely not going heavy weight today. When I do power cleans, it's probably going to be at something real nice and easy, something like 125 maybe. Might even try a couple snatches, but I never feel comfortable snatching. The motion doesn't feel good to me. So Probably won't do too many of those, but maybe a set or two. We'll just keep the heart rate up. Give us something else to do in here. And then, kind of once we've done that, this is more just an extended warm-up. The meat of our workout today is going to be boxing. So I'll wrap my hands up and put the gloves on, and we'll hit the heavy bag over there. I'll move the grill because the grill actually works really nice as a stand for the camera over there. Your forearms are pretty thick. Yeah, we were talking about that in the chat yesterday. I feel like they kind of have to be. This isn't a small watch, but it also doesn't look too ridiculous on me. If my forearms weren't quite as big as they were, it would look like I was wearing a dinner plate on my wrist. I think there's a general rule of thumb, like you can actually measure. It's right around the wrist bone where you're supposed to measure, see how many inches in circumference it is. That's supposed to correlate to sort of the maximum size watch you want to put on your wrist. I don't know what the exact equation is. Actually, a little bit cooler in here today, probably about 50. All right, that's 20 to start. That's not bad. Skin's a little bit dry. I can feel it. It's itchy. A little bit of water. Again, today's not a balls to the wall workout. It's really just kind of easing into some stuff. Just getting that heart rate up a little bit, which all right, so it's 23 beats in 10 seconds, which is 138 BPS roughly, which is good. You know, that's a little bit higher fat burning zone kind of stuff. But that feels good. What, putting my hand here? I guess. Actually, one other thing I'm gonna do. Move these out of the way. So one of the jumps on the jump rope, last time I felt the rope hit it, which is not what we're looking for. So I'm gonna try and do this camera on. I feel like I'm gonna hit the rack, but we'll find out. No, that's working pretty good. Damn it! I had 5 more, come on. And I hit the rack on the last one. I think I'm a bit too over to one side. Fix that by moving this dumbbell. Pinch my finger. So do these, I'll probably bang out a set of abs as well. Do a couple more sets of kettlebell swings. Yeah, we'll do, I think, 4 sets of jump ropes, 4 sets of kettlebell swings, some abs, some power cleans, and then probably move on to boxing. Yeah, cooler temp does feel pretty good. I'm going to do game court stormings might get banned. I'll leave it to the NCAA to choose the least fun option as a response. You just knew they would. Huh. Small crowd this morning. we go. Ever seen Fit Pro Hawaii? Sipping purple stuff? I have not. I don't usually, apart from the people who raid me, the people my channel directs me to raid, I do not spend a lot of time on Twitch. Producing these streams, guys, it is all kettlebells. Oh, that's cool. Now, kettlebells are great. I wouldn't replace every single thing I do with them, but they're a great part of any workout. Frankly, I need to do a little bit more with them. Turkish get-ups, kettlebell swings, kettlebell squats, you name it, they're all pretty good. We got a new follower, thank you very much. Maraj102, much appreciated. You're helping us get a little bit closer to that 2,000 follower goal. We're getting real close. I think we're just about 1960 right now, so we got about 40 more. Oh, he's on YouTube. I'll talk about this for a moment. I am not someone who does a ton of social media. You guys gotta remember, right? So these streams are usually 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 hours long. I do them 4 times a week. So that's, add that up. Just the time that I'm live is, usually somewhere between 10 and 15 hours a week usually, right? But then that's not taking into account all the other stuff, right? Before I'm live, I gotta prep for the stream. Get the camera set up, get the angle set up. If I'm doing a heavy lifting day, get myself motivated, get a little food in my stomach, all that jazz. And then afterwards, there's post-prep work, which is, uploading the VOD to YouTube. It is, saying thank you to any new followers, which I always do, just because I think that's the polite thing to do. Posting metrics to the server, thanking the new followers, I already mentioned that. Thanking the people who drop bits or subscribe, managing the raid. Sometimes if we go raid someone, I don't like raiding and running to where I say absolutely nothing, but at the same time, I can't stick around so long as to, not be doing all the post-prep stuff. So that usually takes another solid 30 minutes to an hour to handle all of that. So now you're looking at about 15 to 20 hours, just doing this every single week, right? And if there's 168 hours in a week, I'm working 40 of them. I'm sleeping, 50 to 60 of them. So that's 100 off, so now you're at 68. It means a third of my spare time is spent doing this. That's not even counting all the chores I gotta do, hanging out in the Discord, which I try to allot time for. All of a sudden, rapidly you're losing a lot of extra time. So, spending a lot of extra time outside my channel on other people's social media, while I would love to do it more, I just don't have the time. It's just not something I can feasibly do. And when I say sleep 50, 60 hours a week, right? Guys like LeBron James sleep 9 hours a week, or 9 hours a day, and there's a reason they do that. I don't think I could ever bear sleeping that long. I like life too much, and that would just cut out too much of it. But you should be sleeping at least 7 hours a day. And if you're doing that, that's 49 hours. So I tend to try and average, my goal this year is to average more than 7.5. So you're talking, 52.5 hours a week. Anyway, let's do another set of jump rope. Damn it! 77. For fuck's sake. Keep landing on the jump rope. Alright. I suck at jumping rope, by the way. Still wasn't obvious. In the emotional shitter for a while, figuring out what's been wrong. Yeah, I've seen it. Definitely been a rough ride for you on that one. Church is on, gotta go. Hey, bless up, man. Never ever fault someone for ditching my stream for the good word of the Lord. 100% understand that. Hey Eris, how you doing? What are you hitting today? Mirage, today is a rest day, but I'm feeling like I got a little bit more energy. I'd like to hit a little bit more high cardio stuff because I think in my bulk cycle I kind of neglected that. So I'd like to build back and improve some of that. So this jump rope sucks. This is a slightly heavier rope. It's a little bit thicker than most. It's a training rope. And it's actually, my brother gave it to me. It's actually for Muay Thai. And the Muay Thai guys will just do that for fucking, you know, hours on end for training. You know, because what you're doing in a fight, right? You're keeping your feet real flexible like that, real light like that. It's basically jumping rope. So it's a really good training. If you're a fighter of any kind, really, jumping rope is a top tier exercise, but I hate it. I'm heavy on my feet. I don't have very good rhythm, so this is not easy for me. All right, so this time we're gonna do single arm kettlebell swings. I just did a full arm day today. Good for you, bro. That's being a comedy act. Could I sing it? The picture may start for on the Iowa shoulder issues. The more things change, the more they stay the same. So do some singles here, okay? So single kettlebell swing. Try to keep yourself as square as possible. Naturally, you're gonna want to tilt, right, and be doing this. You want to try and minimize that as much as possible. You want to try and stay pretty square. It's actually really nice to have a camera or a mirror because then you can see for yourself. Same principle. I like to swing it back with both hands and then start single hand. 3, 4. With the kettlebell swing, you're really not using your shoulder all that much. You're using your hips. It's supposed to work the hip hinge. 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, that's good. Here we go, single arm. So do one more thing at jump rope, and then we'll do one more set of kettles. Then we'll move to abs, power cleans, and we'll continue. Hey John, how you doing? I like it all. 8 hours, 45 minutes last night, felt an amazing day. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to damage your critical thinking skills, your decision-making abilities, your ability to think properly and coherently, your health, your willpower. You have to get proper sleep. And yeah, if you've been going on longer walks, that's something else that's really good for you. Walking is good. It's therapeutic upstairs too. Oftentimes I find I can get moments of clarity on long walks to solve problems that have been daunting me. You're stretching, you're gonna try and squat today. Resist the urge to go heavy, bro. If that injury you were talking about is serious, if it's as real as you were saying it was, you're not healed up enough yet to be squatting at full throttle. Go down weight. Do some deeper range of motion squats at 225, you know? I know it sucks, because you just want to hit those heavy numbers, but if you have an injury, you have to take it seriously. Otherwise, it ain't gonna do you well. All right, so I'm gonna try something different. I don't think I've ever jumped rope facing away from the camera before. Would y'all like to see that? Yeah, we got a few people in here now. We got 18, that's good. Definitely want to get to the gym. Hell yeah. That's good to hear, Mikey. Yeah, that's what you need. Definitely, it's important. I think it'll be really good for your mental health as well. you have to have some sort of physical exercise in your life that you can exert your emotions toward. That's a big part of why I come to the gym. The gym is just as much up here for me as it is everywhere else. Anyways, Gene Guy Talbot, dead at 91. Wow, that's incredible. Deepest squat at 528, we're 50%, not as bad as I thought. Physical therapist said he's a tear or strain. But if that's the case, John, if that's the case, you have no business going any closer than 50% on your weights today, which for you would be like 265. Dude, put 2 plates on, go heavy range of motion, or go like high range of motion, but just go lightweight today. Do some goblet squats. Do some, do some wide stance squats. Don't fucking ego lift today, because you are freakishly strong. What you don't want to do is re-injure yourself. We're out for 9 years. I've never gotten injured. Practice reform once you're fine without trying to ego lift. Every person, I think everyone is going to have one injury story in the gym. I know I had one. I tried, this is a few years back. I tried squatting, it was 375 at the time, and I failed on it, which was fine. I was frustrated. It's always frustrating and embarrassing to, fail on a squat rack, but 375 is a respectable weight to fail at. So, I put it back up, tore it down to 315. I'm like, I'm gonna get this for 5 now. And I was real pissed off with it. I did not give myself enough time to rest, to recuperate between sets, and because of a result of that, I dove into it too quickly, and I ego lifted a bit, and I felt a tweak in the nerves on my back, and that's kind of stuck with me ever since. It's better just to take a little bit more time and rest, even if it means things go slower. Deal with it, Yo, Mirage, awesome, cool. I'm so glad you posted the Discord link. Whoa, hold on. Who the hell's deleting messages? Whatever. You've introduced Bruce from rugby? Bro, all right. Dude, I love rugby. It's a great sport. Yeah, if you want more content than this, if you really like this this community, this vibe, definitely come join the Discord. It's awesome. Timed out Q if he was spamming emotes. All right, cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. There's no problem. There's no problem with putting in emotes, but I definitely like to be able to read the chat. So maybe put a bunch of emotes on one message instead of 12 messages with one emote apiece. Thank you. I'll go this way, I think. I'm trying to do 100 without screwing up. I hit the light ballast. There's not really a good space in here to jump rope, unfortunately. Too prone to hitting shit. It's alright. Seems so pathetic compared to like any fighter, but it's not my wheelhouse, so we're working on it. Yeah, QF, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but yeah, please don't spam. So we'll do one more set of single arm kettlebells. We'll throw in some abs. I think maybe just 3 sets of 10 on power cleans at 125. something real light. Just keep the blood moving, keep the heart rate up, be just right. You try using a speed jump rope, they're lightweight and less bulky. The whole point is to use a heavier training rope though. So if you do that, it builds resilience, makes it a lot harder. That's kind of the point. You want to pick the hard one to get good at. What's your weight and height? I think I have it listed down below in my about page. Definitely recommend reading that for all the basics, but I am 6'3". This morning I weighed in at 231.2, so we're in maintenance cycle right now. I just finished a bulk last week. Last Wednesday was the last day of my bulk, so maintenance break has begun last Thursday, so now in, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 4 of our maintenance break. We'll take 3 more days of maintenance, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The next Thursday, we're beginning our cut cycle. I will be cutting probably about a total of 18 weeks with 3 one-week maintenance breaks in between. While we're doing abs, I'll start writing that out. I'll explain exactly what I'm looking to do, okay? This is a really good one. Yeah, QF, please, dude, there's no problem with posting emojis, but like, please post one message with a bunch of emojis. Don't just post emoji, 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 because that's spam. Please don't spam. Thank you. All right, he's not getting the picture. Big Game Mikey, do whatever you feel like you need to do. You're cleared to do whatever you need to do. Time him out for longer. That's not helpful. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you got to remember again too, this is a rest day, so we're not doing anything at 100% intensity. 12. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. Okay, we'll go ahead and start abs. Hey, Flopper AQ, welcome on in. Good to have you. No problem. Wait, hold up. 6'3", 258, and you just started bulking? Holy shit, bro. You must be an absolute unit. Respect. You must have some insane lifting numbers. That's awesome. Dude, 6'3" and 258, that's, that's some, that's like a 90s middle line. That's like a Ray Lewis type build right there. Kareem, how you doing? Always good to see you in chat. All right. Go ahead and hit. It's actually kind of nice. Normally I've thrown on music at this point. I feel like I might just kind of do this whole workout without music, at least until boxing. Boxing I'm putting music on, but it's kind of nice to just kind of hear the au naturel sound, I suppose. Can you show me how to burn thigh fat? So Flopper, it is not possible to target burn. If you're trying to burn fat in just one part of your body, that's not how it works. Anyone who told you that was lying. Burning fat is a function of how many calories you are eating below how many calories you are burning. If you are a female, you are going to start burning everything before the glutes and thighs first, and those will come last. If you are a male, it'll be the belly that comes last, which is why I don't look very defined in the midsection right now, for instance. Been powerlifting for 7 years, both the uncle and grandpa are powerlifters, so I'm up there in numbers. Natty for now, but after I have kids, I'll probably hop on some gear. I mean, hey, look, that's your choice. I never fault people who want to use gear. I only I only get pissed at them if they lie about it, because then that distorts what is naturally, like what is possible when natty. So if you're on gear, you're cool by me. If you're natty, you're cool by me. Just don't be an asshole about it, and don't be a liar about it. I bet, dude, I gotta know, what are your numbers? Because for what it's worth, if you type in !PRS, you can see mine. We hit last week at max week, so 8 days ago, actually, that was the first time I ever shoulder pressed, overhead pressed 225. I was pretty happy about that. Deadlift, I hit 500, and I have no desire to ever deadlift more than that again. That's sort of, to me, as far as I'm concerned, I've done it once. That can be a lifetime PR. Oh, one other thing is once you lose your natty card, to me, you're no longer ever natty. You can say you did gear and then stopped, but it's still different. It's not the same. Just my opinion. All right. We're going to go ahead and get abs going. 2, 3, hop. Those always hurt. Sir. Fully natural, but post kids, I get that. Never took roids yet, but I'm fully open to it. So yeah, I have no problem with that. As long as you're honest, do you, man. For what it's worth, here are my PRs, which for an amateur who has no intention of competition, I feel like they're pretty good. I feel like if you can hit a BSD of north of 1200, you're in pretty good territory. That's over 1300. And honestly, I think I've gotten to the point where once I do this cut, I'll probably lose a little bit of strength, but in general, this level of muscle mass is enough for me. Sorry about that. Felt like I had something up in there. There it is. This is much better. I felt like I couldn't breathe properly on that last ab set. Yeah, full body press, that needs to be 250, not 225. So it should be FBP 251 rep max. I think they're pretty good numbers, right? I am natty for what it's worth. I have to be because of my job. I get tested for a very large variety of things. Appreciate that, Mikey. But yeah, dude, having the trouble with having kids is the biggest issue is you will not have as much free time. And you're probably going to be sleep deprived because most parents are. And as a result of that, you may see your numbers in the gym suffer if you are natty. But yeah, if you get on gear, that'll probably help with that. So it's very understandable. I totally get wanting to do that. Go into that second ab set. But yeah, I appreciate you saying that. It sounds like you've got pretty great numbers. Oh, you're a bar bouncer. That's baller as hell, dude. We have John is hiding in the box. Is the strongest guy I've met on Twitch. He's got some insane numbers, especially for his size. But yeah, if you're a bouncer, you've got to be big. And then I got a guy. There's a guy on my server who's a fireman, and he puts up some insane weight too. He's really strong. So I'm not the strongest person in my little community here, but that's okay. I'm very happy with where I'm at muscle wise. I just want to chisel off the body fat that I've accumulated since November. Dude, in November I weighed 205. Right now I'm at 230. So yes, a good chunk of that was muscle. Was all of it muscle? Hell no. Too many Christmas cookies, you know? But it's February now, so if I want to be in beach body shape in a couple of months, I need to get serious. It is what it is. Bang out some Russian twists. 2, 3, 4. 41. There we go. It's good. Perfect. Appreciate that, Mikey. Hey, Bougie, welcome on in. Anyone that could bench over 225s in the top 1%? Shit, for real? Well, I thought it was 315, but I would figure at 365, at least my bench is in the top 0.1%, I would think. Right, I reckon there are 8 billion people in this world. I don't think 8 million of them have. I don't think there are more than 8 million people with a bench over 365. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. Yeah, I feel pretty happy with the bench at 365. We'll do raised leg sit-ups, bicycle sit-ups, some power cleans, then we'll do a little boxing. 315s to do 225. No. Let's not do that. Let's not get into that war. That's if people start getting serious about that, all that's going to do is dissuade the newbies from trying 225. That'd be weight inflation. No, reject that. No, that is people raising their standards too high. That isn't. That isn't necessary. But yeah, Mirage, you and John are two of the stronger folks I've seen come in here. Okay, let's go. Let's get another lifted raised leg sit-up set. God, I have so much fat. I have so much body fat to chisel off, and I want it to I want to go just super hard and run a super big deficit and try and burn it off as fast as possible. But I know if I do that, I will lose muscle, and this whole bulk will have been for naught. So the challenge here is going to be sticking to that reliable 500, 600, 700 a day calorie deficit, and that is going to be brutally difficult. It's Like it won't seem as hard, but in the long run, it's gonna get to me. Thankfully, weekly weigh-ins and measurements should definitely help with that. Again, I know I'm gonna lose a little bit of size up above my rib cage and in my legs, but what I'm hoping is most of that size is loss of fat. That's really the goal here. I'm just excuse me. I slept in right before working out. I should have mentioned this. I was a bit late this morning because fucking bitch ass one of the feral cats around here was meowing like she was getting fucking absolutely porked or something. At like 6:30, right outside my window, and it was driving me freaking bonkers. I don't like cats. I get that there are cat people, but I think they're little assholes. I don't mind the feral cats in my town because they keep the rat population down, but I wish they'd do that without sounding like they were getting absolutely railed outside of my window. That shit's annoying. Anywho. Oh god. Okay, so my legs are so sore from squat day. Cause that was yesterday. Just extending them straight up is like actually I can feel the tension in my hamstrings. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah. Oh god, just trying to bring my knees to my chest. The hamstrings are super tight. Let's do this. Come on. 3. There we go. The other thing is, my neighbor has had Christian music going on literally 24/7 outside her house for some reason. I don't get why. I mean, I get it while you're gardening, but like, it's really kind of obnoxious to have that on at 3 in the morning. Look, I'm all about faith, but like, come on. I can't lock out my legs at this angle. Hamstrings are just too freaking tight. Deadlift is conventional. I don't do sumo. I agree, I don't do a sumo. 505 1 rep max, 315, 17 squat, 675 1 rep max. Holy shit. Oh my god, 450 by 10. Holy shit, dude, those numbers are insane. God, and you're doing those at only like 20 pounds heavier than me. 25 pounds heavier than me. Benches with elbow straps and the deadlifts with wrist straps. Squats with knee sleeves too. That's true. That's true. Sleeves and wraps do help. No, I think, dude, I will hate on Kitty because Kitty is doing it right outside of my window. It's annoying. I don't like getting woke up by that. When I did those, it was like 270. Still, I mean, I guess if I had 40 pounds more muscle mass, maybe my numbers would be a bit closer to yours, but that's freaking wild. Hats off to you. Those are insane numbers. That is, whew. Yeah, I wouldn't want to meet you in a dark alley. I'll put it that way. Holy crap. Nah, I'm going for aesthetic at this point, I think. I'm pretty happy with where I am at physically in terms of raw strength. I can knock out 315 for some amount of reps. Not a ton. The most I've ever gotten is 5, but I can do it. You know, as long as I'm able to get 315 like really confidently, I'm happy with it. But we'll see. I'm gonna do one more set of abs and we'll roll on power cleans. And we're only gonna power clean like 125 today. Again, the whole point is just kind of real light work, nice and easy. We'll do boxing. Let's see. Mate, oh, you're from Trinidad. Okay, I know. I didn't realize Trinidad was like that, but you mentioned playing rugby. So one of my friends gave me an all-black shirt for what it's worth. I Love watching rugby. I used to play rugby, and then I got a pretty nasty concussion, so I don't play rugby anymore. Um, but I know like Tongans, Fijians, Samoans, any of those like Polynesian, Pacific Islander types, some freaking massive dudes. Definitely built to play rugby. Yeah. The Aussies do it pretty well too, but like I'm talking those small Pacific Islanders. I was a back. I wasn't big enough at the time. I wasn't big enough to be a forward. Um, but no, it's freaking nuts, dude. Some of those rugby players are just superhuman strong, and superhuman tough too. Because rugby is a beautiful game. Rugby is a fun game. Rugby is a fantastic game. But rugby is a dangerous and violent game too. That's what makes it wonderful. Trinidad and Tobago is it's in the Caribbean. So if you go directly north of Venezuela, you'll see Trinidad and Tobago. Some really good spicy peppers come from there. The scorpion peppers from Trinidad and Tobago. But yeah, Trinidad, I would love to visit someday. But but this place is horrible now. Have y'all had Venezuelan refugees trying to get over? Because I can imagine that would be a problem. Moving to Texas by the end of the year. Let's go! God bless the Lone Star State. Everybody love Texas. I live in South Carolina. I actually left Texas. I moved out of Texas in 2021. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, Mirage, what I will tell you if lots in the crime is unbearable. This is what happens. This is what happens when you vote socialist. I'm telling you right now. Don't go full socialist, because Venezuela is extremely poorly run, and a lot of that is because of Chavez and Maduro. And as a result, all the other nations around them, Colombia has to deal with this shit. Apparently Trinidad and Tobago has to deal with that shit. Like, fifth most dangerous country per capita right now, more dangerous to companies with war. Shit, dude, stay safe. I'll say, did y'all see El Salvador? El Salvador's crime rate went from one of the highest in the world to one of the lowest in the world. That's pretty wild. I know apparently their leader, I think he just got reelected. I don't know what the election statistics or anything like that was, but any president or any leader that can bring crime down at that level, it probably warrants further study to see how they did it. Because I don't know. I'll profess ignorance here. I don't look at Central America that much, apart from being a delicious place with a place with a lot of delicious food. Because I will fuck up some pupusas. So where in Texas you can move to? It's a big place. By the way, given that you're that freaking huge, Mirage, my advice to you, if you are moving to Texas, I strongly recommend, oh, Mikey, thank you for the gift sub. I strongly recommend you get into American football. Okay? I get that it's not as cool as rugby. We all know that, but in Texas, American football, especially high school football, it is a different animal. I also recommend you watch the old cartoon King of the Hill. King of the Hill is a documentary. You will meet Hank Hills in Texas. I promise you that. And they are good people. They're good, reliable, salt of the earth people. But you will hear, every so often, you will get someone who really does talk like, Dale, you giblet head. We live in Texas. It's already 110 here in the summer. And if it gets 1 degree hotter, I'm going to kick your ass. You will find people who talk like that. But yeah, get into high school football. If you really are moving to Texas, King of the Hill and Friday Night Lights are 2 TV shows and movies, respectively, that you should consider watching before you move there. Are you moving to a big city or a smaller town? You don't have to tell me where in Texas. The reason I'm actually asking is because in April, I'm going to be moving west. I'm leaving South Carolina, and I will be traveling through the Great Lone Star State one more time. I have lots of friends in Texas, so I like spending time there. Texas is great. Oh, you're off to church? All right, Big Red. Take it easy, man. Bless up. Good luck, by the way. Hoping you get that job. Oh, I'm around Dallas. Bro, I got tons of friends in DFW. I got friends in Plano, Greenville, Wills Point, Allen, McKinney, Fairview, Arlington, Mansfield, basically everywhere around Dallas. If you want some advice on what to do, where to go there, I used to live in Greenville, which isn't really in Dallas, but I know Dallas fairly well. It's a good town. It's a good town. Dallas, you'll like Dallas. Dallas, so loud. Take over my uncle's business since he has no kids. I'm like basically his son. Dude, what kind of business is it? I'd love to know. Because that way I might tell my homies to come support your business. A guy from La Follette, and he talked like Dale. Dude, I'm telling you. You will find Hank Hills. You want to find Hank Hills in Texas in the real life. They're the homies that will help you when you need some shit fixed. You need a Hank Hill voice for 5 minutes redeem. I can't do it for 5. That's the thing. I can do the tone and inflection, but I tell you what, I can't quite get the pacing right. I can't continue a conversation in this kind of voice all the time. If I did that, it wouldn't quite work as well. I tell you what, pepper sauce and curry powder, stuff like that. Bro! Okay, hit me up with this Discord link. Hit me up with a link to the business in the Discord, because put it in the self-promo chat, because I got tons of friends in Texas, and a lot of them really like spicy food. They will probably hit up your business. You might have just found a bunch of new customers. J35462, welcome. Thanks for the first time chat. Says, I'm failing my classes soon. Got any advice? Study harder. A generic question will yield generic advice. What classes are they? How much are you failing them by? How much time do you have to not fail them, right? First off, welcome on in. Glad to have you. Thanks for the first time chat. But you got to give me a few more parameters before just asking me a question like that. Again, if a generic question will get you generic advice. This isn't a business. They work with different grocery stores and supply them with it. Oh, okay. Still, that's baller as hell, though. That's awesome. That's fantastic. I love hearing that, man. Tell you what, this is one where I disagree with a lot of some of my rural friends out in Texas and here in the deep South. Immigrants are what makes this country great. The United States has always been a country of immigrants, and we should be opening people with welcome arms, as long as they're not communists. If you're communists, fuck off, go somewhere else. But otherwise, you're cool. I got 2 degrees, so I think you're qualified for the job. Oh, hell yeah, I bet you can do it, man. You were a YouTuber before, you quit YouTube to do school. Oh, interesting, okay. What degree did you choose to get? If you're at school, I assume you're trying to get some sort of degree there. You want to move to my country? Hey, I don't blame you, man. It's hard to not want to be in the best country on earth. Europeans hate it when I say that, and that's why I say it most of the time. You chose mechanical engineering? Oh, that's what I got my degree in. That's hard. You were born in Florida, did you move to Trinidad? I was like 4 or 5. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Land of the free. Hell yeah. Now, mechanical engineering is a tough degree, but if you do get it, the world is your oyster. You can work in just about any field as a mechanical engineer. What classes are you failing then? All right, while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set up power clean. We're not going to go crazy heavy today. Probably just 125. Really just something to kind of keep the heart rate up, as I was saying. Big old bump of plates. There we go. You're failing physics. I got to hop in the shower for a little bit back in 10 or go. Anyone care to join? Well, I'm sure, dude, with those numbers and those people, with those numbers and your physical size and everything you've been saying about yourself, I think you're gonna have no problem finding people. I would, but I live in the middle of nowhere. Can't teleport to Trinidad like that. I'd be open to it though, you know, shit. Blood's that big, fuck. Ah, my dumbbell's in the way. That's better. You're part of the ANC Charity League before I was a part of YouTube. Made a stop motion action films. Interesting. All right, see you in a few, Mirage. Good to have you around. Definitely, please join that Discord. I don't know what the ANC Charity League is, but if you're failing physics, I assume that means you're failing the mechanical side of physics, or is it electricity and magnetism? In either case, there are loads and loads of really good resources and tutors out there. Now, I haven't done that level of physics in 10 years, so I need to go back and review some of the stuff that you're probably struggling with. I might be able to help you. Alrighty. There we go. Just gotta tighten that up. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do ourselves just a couple basic sets of 10 on full body press, and then that's gonna be it for the weights, and we'll just go hit boxing. Nothing crazy. Or not full body press, power clean. We'll do 4 sets, I think. And then we'll do boxing. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Cool. It's the electronic side. You're a good rocks. I appreciate that. Thank you. There's electricity and magnetism. I would need to review it. But are we talking like kind of basically 101 level kind of stuff, like the right hand rule, you know, charge, you know, power, voltage, current, stuff like that, circuits? What specifically are you working on? Yeah, because electricity and magnetism sucks. I did that more than 10 years ago, and it was not my favorite topic. All right, let's go ahead and start with the power cleans. I feel like I'm not going fast enough. I'm starting to cool off some, so hold up. Okay, that's good. Waves, electric, magnetic pulse. Morning, Winter Raven. Good to see you. I'd have to go back and look, see if I can find some of the resources I used to get through. But believe in yourself. First off, you can do it. May just be the way the material is teaching it to you isn't working quite as well. Khan Academy may be something to try. I think a lot of their stuff is free, especially at the 101 level. If that doesn't work, oftentimes you can figure out how to reverse engineer problems. And if you can reverse engineer a problem from the solution, you can understand how it works better. I don't know if you've been given full derivations of the equations you're expected to use, but sometimes studying those can be really helpful. That would be where I would start. So we're going to do 3 more sets of that, real basic, and then we're going to hit boxing. There we go. It's going well here, Winter Raven. We're just doing, it's rest day today, so we're doing some real lightweight stuff. I'm going to hit the high bag in just a bit, and then that'll really be it for today. Better at art, to be honest. I'm a comic artist as well. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that engineering is, you pick mechanical engineering because it pays better, because I understand that. That's why I picked mechanical engineering, because the unemployment rate was low and the salary was high. Comment called Spine as well as Burn 2100. Well, if you'd like, you can put that in the self-promotion channel on my Discord. Just type !Discord if you want the link to that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do set 2 here. Actually, I do think I'm gonna want music for this bit. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Stand by. Come on. And my phone's frozen now. Awesome. That's unhelpful. Well, I guess we're not having music then. The phone decided to freeze itself. 2, 3. 1. 2. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good luck on your sets. I'll return later. Okay, cool. All right, 2 more sets of that and we'll box. Trying to get music going for the last 2 here. There we go. Taking it easy, taking it relatively slow. So, once we're done these 2 sets, for the boxing, I'm gonna wrap up. I think we'll do 5 sets of 2 minutes apiece. I think that's gonna be the plan. All right, let's go ahead and hit. Just had to pull up my music. Let's hit it. Let's get one more. You said it's probably easy for me to get people, but you're so wrong. I'm gay and Trinidad is still a very homophobic country. The good news for you here is that Dallas is pretty decent when it comes to being gay. The bad news, in fact, actually, I used to play with the pretty pro-LGBT Dallas Amateur Rugby Club. Definitely would recommend going and looking them up. I don't know if they ended up surviving the pandemic or not, but if they did, there is, to the extent of my knowledge, an LGBT rugby club in Dallas. Would 100% recommend you doing that. Plenty of guys I think you'd fancy there. The cons is Dallas is still in Texas, and when you get out of the big city, pro-LGBT rights are a little bit harder to come by. Now, a guy your size, nobody's going to pick on you, even if you are gay. Like you can be the most fruity, flamboyant, feminine, you know what in the world, but at your size, ain't nobody gonna pick on you, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's weird. You would think it wouldn't be like that, but all right, let's go ahead and hit a third set. Nice. No, one of those on quiet. Yeah. I actually know quite a few gay friends in Dallas. You're going to be doing just fine for yourself. Seems to me you're looking for a semi-athletic, not overly, you're looking for a semi-athletic, pretty masculine looking dude. I get that. Yeah. No, it's, so parts of the Caribbean have gotten a lot more accepting of gays in recent years, but it's still, it's the one that bothers me. I think progressives get a little bit of tunnel vision here. Progressives oftentimes in this country fail to realize just how much ahead of most of the rest of the world the United States actually is. They think the United States is this backward country. We're really not. Yeah, I had a feeling. I'll be real with you there, Mirage. I think I can help you out here. I definitely think I may be of use. I've definitely got some friends that might be up your alley, so to speak. I mean, to be fair, I really, once you find, the gay establishments, like bars, and again, sports clubs, dude, I find that, I'll give you the information on them. Don't want to dox anybody, but I feel like once you join that rugby club, you're going to be set. You're going to have plenty of options, and you're going to be a very happy camper. I'll put it that way. Yeah. Well, again, if you're 6'3" and 250, you're I feel like this is not trying to criticize any gays who are into twinks, but I feel like at 6'3" and 250 with these strength numbers you have, if you were trying to hook up with a twink, you would break him. You would fucking you would cause internal damage. I'm not trying to be mean. If that's what you're into, more power to you. But I feel like that's gonna cause internal bleeding at some level. No, it don't sound like it, man. But yeah, no, it's interesting. A lot of people, again, just automatically assume that gay rights are closer to where they are in the United States, in much of the rest of the world, and they're very much not. Like being openly gay is still not something that in a lot of countries you can reasonably do. I mean, hell, there are countries, most of them are Islamic, by the way, where being openly gay will get you murdered. Well, like the state will ensure you get stoned to death because Sharia law is fucking barbaric. I have no problem with Muslims, but stoning gay people is not acceptable to me. I think that's disgusting. If that's, again, if you believe in that, maybe the United States isn't the country you should be moving to. There are plenty of other countries with Sharia law that, by all means, move there. All right. One more set on this, then we'll re-rack and we'll hit boxing. Now, my type is someone who can keep up with me. That's really it. So I'm fucking motivated, I'm driven. Easy. All right. So I think what I'll do is we'll set up boxing. I'll do the boxing, and then we'll do a short Q&A, and then we'll finish up. This was never meant to be a super long stream today. Just gotta move the drill to the right side. That's where y'all will be set up. I think that'll work just fine. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. So, God damn it, Macho Man by the Village People. I mean, okay, yeah, that's appropriate here. No, that's probably pretty good. Get that plan. That'll actually be a pretty good song to box to anyway. So, don't like an overly submissive guy because at times I'm sub as well. Dude, facts. Kazadar, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. No, so Mirage, that's the thing too. I'm a little bit of a switch as well. So it's like, the trouble is too, like if you're big, the hell? The trouble here is if you're a guy, right, and you're big, like, you're gonna be, yeah, no, I'll look at them after the stream. I try not to, okay, so when I'm on Discord or when I'm live, I really try to minimize the amount of time I'm looking on my phone because that's not entertaining. That's not very compelling for you to watch as a viewer. So the show comes first. I really don't try to spend I try to ignore my Discord as much as I can while I'm live because it's just the polite thing to do. But appreciate that. Thanks for the first time chat too, Kazador. Welcome on in. Yeah, I'll take a look at the Discord. I'm sure you're gonna get plenty of positive comments from the rest of my audience. I had a feeling, dude. He's from fucking Trinidad, and he's 6'3" and 250. What were you expecting him to be small? No, Macho Man though. That is Macho Man is a very appropriate song for this stream. It seems. That's quite funny, actually. All right, we'll get that set up. First, we got to do our wrap up. So, grab our wraps. Oh shit! I tripped over my mic cord. My mic went flying. My bad if that, we good? Is our sound okay? Shit. That wasn't good. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Tripped over my microphone. Not my most clever moment. Working combo, you said the right things to follow up and keep lurking. Your engagements put me out of lurk mode. Dude, I love that. It's not always very common that a long-time lurker or even a short-time lurker will actually come in and say something. And it makes me very happy to hear on account of, so people sometimes like to ask me, so why do I stream, right? Some people embellish, she definitely wasn't. Midnight's Rain, thank you very much for the follow. We're getting closer to 2,000 with every new follower, and I love that. Thank you so much, people. But let me talk a little bit about this, right? So, why do I stream? The reason I stream is very simple. The reason I stream is because I enjoy doing it. The biggest reason, though, is because what makes me the happiest is people coming in and people saying, there we go. People coming in and people saying, yo, you inspired me to do X or Y. Thank you for doing that. And as a result, I improved in my life in this way. And it just means the world to me. There we go. Over, under, one more time. There we go. That's one. But it was a trash rap, but whatever. We're only doing 10 minutes of boxing work, so it's not the end of the world. J35462, thank you very much for the follow as well. But no, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if I can help inspire people, if I can help people, that it brings me joy. It's the best thing about this stream. I talk about this. I made that political compass a while back about the audience, the different types of people on my Twitch streamer. The people I really love are the ones who come back and they inspire me to keep doing this because I help them, and because of that, I feel good. It's a virtuous cycle. Not every feedback loop has to be a bad thing. Sometimes you can have very good feedback loops. It's all twisted. Come on, let's straighten it out some. There we go. There we go. Wrap you around the hand one more time. And then up, around the wrist, middle, wrist. There we go. It's so twisted up. go, and a little bit of give. It's still pretty tight. Hope you find a place where you can continue these at-home streams. I'm going to do the best I can. I don't know how that's going to go. So for those of you who are new to my channel and don't understand, I live, were you saying again about bigger guys? Yeah, I think you might have distracted me just a tad. But, so for those of you who don't know, LGBTQ is very vulnerable right now. Social groups need to see men like you who would be a great role model to straight people. For what it's worth, I'm neither gay nor straight. I'm switch hitter here. Bye. But I think unfortunately, I'm trying to find the most diplomatic way to say this, but people have forgotten how quickly gay rights have come along, right? You got to remember in 2003, so 21 years ago, we still had anti-sodomy laws on the books in the United States. So just the act of making love to another man, if you were a man, was illegal, right? Now, right, fast forward 12 years to 2015, you had gay marriage get embraced at the federal level as the law of the land here in the United States. That is an immense amount of change in 12 relatively short years. So what's that going to do? Well, what that's going to do is it's going to inevitably cause some backlash. And of course, rights advocates have gone quite a lot further than just gay marriage at this point. So you're going to get backlash. So it's going to be a give and take. It's going to be an ebb and flow. And it's all about finding that balance. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is, speaking of the gay agenda, to redeem your song there, Mr. Catbro, Mr. Big Gay Mikey. Here you go. Let's see here. See if I can get it loaded up. So thankful for the gay rights progress. He did that kink quiz too. Oh yeah, no. So I did the BDSM test. Like, people wonder, like, what am I into and who, what do I like in the dating scene? It's not like I haven't been hiding it. It's been on the Discord for like over a year at this point, and I don't know what y'all are waiting for. It's just funny as me. Backlash to people haven't evolved mentally is still dumb as fuck. Okay, no, Kareem, that's not the right approach. That's just insulting other, usually well-meaning citizens, okay? Let me explain this, okay? I live here in the very Christian Deep South. As a result of that, I understand the mindset of these people pretty well. They're good-meaning people who have been taught from a very young age by everyone they ever knew or trusted that homosexuality was a sin and it was against the will of God, and that it is morally incorrect and that we should love the sinner but hate the sin. Right? You don't just go overnight from being told that by everyone you ever trusted or valued in your life to automatically accepting of homosexual rights as equal to heterosexual rights. That you have to have an emotional connect there. And I hate this right brain sappy shit, but even I can understand that. Right? You can't just, you can't just flip a switch on gay rights. You have to do the groundwork to actually connect with people and allow them to understand your perspective. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. See if your views change, you explore yourself, start dating guys. That's the other thing too, right? So obviously the dating scene here for really anybody is already kind of shit. It's not better. It's not really, it's pretty poor regardless of who you're trying to date here. It's hard to undo generational teachings. I think it's, yeah, I think you just have to accept that these things are going to take time, right? Yeah, I know it's a frustrating answer, right? You want your rights now and you deserve your rights now, but at the same time, societal attitudes change slowly no matter what it is that is being talked about. So when it comes to gay rights, you got to remember, right? Think about again, the arc of history here. You had homosexuality more or less criminalized through the 1960s, 1970s. You had the Stonewall riots. 1980s, you have Reagan and the AIDS crisis, which demonized homosexual people. I would say rather unfairly, frankly. You get to 1990s, you get Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But really, again, any of the 1900s, you're still not seeing equality for homosexuals. Even at the state level, I think the first state to legalize gay marriage was either California, Hawaii, or Vermont, and that was in 2000. Like, right? Consider, like, that's when it started. Equality started there in terms of legal equality, and we went from that to it being fully federally legal in all 50 states in 15 short years. Like, that is a huge change. And it's a good change, but at the same time, you have to understand how society works and understand that there's going to be backlash, especially in the deeply Christian parts of the Union where there aren't that many gay people, put simply. All right. Some of your feelings will be around more person and great strength that nurtures PCU. Under not to date, even just be around more gay guys. Well, Dallas is not like okay, so first off, Dallas is not Fire Island, but you'll do a whole lot better in Dallas than I think you will in Trinidad. That I will agree with. Dallas has a pretty solid gay scene. I would say probably Austin. Okay, so the thing is, Dallas has a better gay scene if you're not into super feminine dudes. If you're into super feminine dudes, go to Austin. But that's if you like soy latte swilling, stick boys. I have nothing nice to say about Austin because I went to A&M. Fight me. All right, that wasn't smart. No, okay, so what I need to do now is move you guys. Oh, it's Massachusetts? My bad. Either way, you get the point, right? That is the amount of social change and social attitudes that have changed with regards to homosexuality has been immense in just, 15, 20 short years. Oh, shit. That's a problem. Crap. Okay. Gonna have to go with a little plan B here. I accidentally tied the cord for my camera underneath the stand in which I have this laptop on. I was gonna move the laptop, but now I have to move the stand as well. So we're gonna try and make the best out of this. Let's see here. See if it'll work. That's not bad. You're a little bit further back than I'd like you to be, but anyway. Hey, Art Tamil, thank you very much for the follow. All the LGBT hate that we've seen since the 60s. Yeah, all right. I missed who the them was there, Winter Raven, just because I was busy setting up. I apologize. The chat's moving pretty quick today, which is great. I love that, but sometimes I will miss things. All right, we get some water. It's good. There's our water. All right, we're gonna hit 2 minutes on the bag, 5 rounds. Each round is 2 minutes. And speaking of LGBT rights, I am redeeming your song here, Mr. Big Gay Mikey. It is Macho Man by the Village People, and if you don't like the Village People, you're just a Debbie Downer. Who doesn't like the Village People? The Village People are fun. All right, let's do this. Help. There we go. Dude, again, if you don't like the Village People, you're just a hater. All right. Let's go. 2, 3, 1. All right, let's go. Fuck. All right. Woo. That's round one. Yeah, I'm 28. This is tough. Definitely been a minute since I did this. All right. Not a ton of rest between sets here, though. So give yourself a few more seconds, and we're going to dive back in. I always finish just with the Rocky theme, by the way, so that'll be on round 5 when I hit the Rocky song. Gonna fly now. All right. 20 more seconds. Give myself a little bit more rest this first round. Let's go. Here we go. Round 2. Nope, not done yet. Let it off. Have to raid and run. Oh shoot, somebody raid. Holy moly. All right, thank you very much for the raid. Jack, 3D, let me try and catch up. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a boxing round. Thank you very much, Raiders, from Jack 3, DG33K. Thank you very much, Kareem, for doing the shout out while I was busy boxing. I completely missed that. Thank you very much. Thanks for the raid and run. Hey, go feed yourself, drink yourself, do whatever you gotta do. Get some rest. Always good to see Jack Geek and Lead Speak. Got it. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Let me get another song going here. All right, I know it's cheesy, but we'll do Eye of the Tiger. Nowhere near as good as Gonna Fly Now, Fight Me, but still a good song. Next round. Damn it, fuck. Here's my fucking headphone. Just only going mono this time. Fuck. Dropped it too, damn it. That's a good one. Yes. Three rounds down, 2 to go. Flex the muscle or pose. There you go. Trying to get this headphone to stay in there. There we go. The tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of arrival. I got the final countdown for the next set. The Eye of the Tiger is not that song. Gonna Fly Now is that song, which is why I'm saving it for round 5. Fucking hell, ads. Gotta click skip ad with my nose, because I'm... Yeah. Here we go. Bells on. gouge the chunk out of the glove because I flailed a little bit and hit the garage gate. All right, 4 rounds, 1 to go. Now time for the real OG boxing song. It was good enough for Sly Stallone. It's good enough for any of us. Is the grill the ref? Nah, the grill's the stand. I guess it is. It's a timer anyway. Y'all, nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever top This Is the Ultimate Boxing Song. Yo, what's up, lab? You already know. All right, last round. 15 more seconds. Blow back on. Tight, come on. Here we go. 1, 2. All right. Woo. That was the last set. Not bad. Not bad. Yo, Mikey, thanks for gifting the homie Lab a sub. Very kind of you. That was good. Like, man, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like if you hear Gonna Fly Now by Bill Connie and you can't get a good round on a punching bag in, I don't know, something's wrong with you. Like if that song doesn't make you want to punch something, I don't know what will. Da 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 da. So, Lab, what you up to today? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, let's see much. There we go. Adrian, I did it! Everybody loves Rocky, come on. Flying high now. There we go. So what I'm doing here is I'm leaving these wrist wraps to dry off. It's not too warm in here, so I wasn't sweating crazy, but this is a good way to let them dry off, and then I'll wash them. That way they don't stink to high heaven. By the way, lab. Thanks to the boxing gloves, I am putting them to use to the maximum extent that I can. Now that bulking season's over, Sundays is going to be boxing days, I think. Dude, that's fun, honestly. There's something therapeutic on just wailing on a bag for a few minutes. Tell you what, that felt great. What's happening here anyway? This says 57. Seems about right. That's probably why I'm not sweating quite as much today. Okay. Found a place with a garage or an outdoor gym. Definitely would be. We'll see. Really going to be dependent on where I end up and what I'm doing when I'm there. For those of you who don't know, I am looking to exit my home of South Carolina in the coming months. It's either going to be through Washington or through to Washington or to Hawaii. In either case, I'm going to be going through Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Oregon and Washington to get there. So if you're in any of those states plus Hawaii, if I choose Hawaii, let me know if you want to hang out, get a lift in, anything like that. You know I'll be home, hanging out with the homie lab boys. That's gonna freaking happen. Cause he the real one, he the bro. But that went pretty well. I'd say that was a nice little Sunday workout, nothing too crazy. So now we're into the Q&A stuff. Let me move the grill back real quick. There we go, grill's moved back. I'm going to grab my a whiteboard. We'll talk a little bit about cycles, bulk cycle, cut cycle. You know, when I'm constantly saying that, what do I mean, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then it's already 11. I wasn't even intending to go 2 hours today, so this stream's getting close to its end. So let me go ahead and pull up. Losing weight. Everybody wants to do it. Some people do it right, some people don't. All right, so losing weight, rule 1. Lisa, in this household, we obey the laws of thermodynamics. All right? What does that mean? Calories in, calories out. Real simple. If you eat more than you burn, you will gain weight. If you eat less than you burn, you will lose weight. This is a simple, I don't know how to say it any simpler. Now, this is weight, this is not fat. We'll get to that, all right? What type of weight loss? Question mark. Macros and exercise. Right? Okay. So, we have both relatives in America in 2 places, one in Hawaii and one in Washington, formerly the Bay Area. It's almost too good to be true. Well, then maybe I'll get to meet you, man. I would love to do it. I love nothing more than meeting my own fans in real life. It's a ton of fun. I've enjoyed it every time I've done it. It's gratifying because you get to put a name, you know, you put a name to a face. So, Nia, welcome on in. Bonus Chipotle soon. Just two choices to make. You're responsible spending on Twitch bits, streamers like you. $60,000 of debt like a grown up. My recommendation is pick the debt. As much as I'm flattered by the bits, you have more important and more pressing concerns. I don't need the money that badly. Pay off your own debt first. But losing weight, right? So, type 2, macros and exercise. So, you can lose weight by eating nothing but Twinkies and sitting on your ass watching television, provided you eat few Twinkies, just a few Twinkies a day. If you're only eating, 1,500 calories worth of Twinkies every single day, and you burn 2,000 calories BMR, you will lose weight. You're going to also feel like shit, and you are probably going to lose whatever muscle you have by doing that. Your body will atrophy. So obviously, you don't want to do that. That's not something you want to do just because it's theoretically possible. Also, Twinkies aren't that delicious. I'm moving you all a bit closer so that way you can read the text a bit better. Okay, so ignoring the debt from months just spent all my paychecks on Twitch bits. Well, stop doing that. Look, I'm flattered, but I can't refund you those bits. Dude, you got to focus on yourself first. Fix your own problems before trying to donate, right? Look, I don't need the money, right? There's a reason I don't run ads on this stream. It's because I don't do this stream for the money. That's not why I'm in the game, right? There are plenty of other streamers who are doing this for bread. It ain't me, and while I appreciate the bits, fix your own shit first. Work on paying off your own debts before ever giving me a single red cent, okay? You gotta look out for number one first. I'm flattered, but dear God, man. If you have $60,000 in debt, you need to treat that like an emergency because it is one. Anyway, so other things about weight loss, right? So if you have enough protein in your diet and you're using progressive overload in the gym, you can gain muscle. You do that and you're eating in a calorie deficit, that's what a proper cut should be. The reason why flights tell you to put on your own face mask first. Yeah, honestly, pretty much. So let's talk about calories in right here. Calories in. So what does that look like? TDEE. That stands for total daily energy expenditure. In other words, how many calories are you going to... Actually, this should be CO. So just go ahead and do that. Right? Calories out. That is your total daily energy expenditure. In other words, how many calories are you burning? Okay? Glad they don't make you pay it back while you're at school. Yeah. So what does total daily energy expenditure look like? Okay? It's going to be equal to your BMR. If you've ever heard the term BMR, it stands for basal metabolic rate. In other words, if you were a potato and you were laying in a bed all day long in a fasted state, how many calories would you burn? I go with RMR. So I add to BMR the delta between RMR and BMR, which gets you RMR. What is that? Well, RMR is a bit more accurate, right? Basal metabolic rate is assuming, again, you're a potato. Nobody's a potato, and nobody's in a fasted state either. So you're best off adding a little bit as an assumption to that. It's not a huge number, but it is significant enough to add. Third category, TEF. That's the thermic effect of food. When you eat, some of the calories you're consuming will be burned off in the process of digestion, right? Your stomach requires energy to operate. It's not a 100% efficient process. As a result, some of the calories you consume will be burned through digestion. This is called the thermic effect of food. This is why the meat sweats are a thing. If you eat a lot of protein, the amount of calories you have to burn to digest protein is higher, and this is why you will feel very warm, because you're burning lots of calories just trying to digest the food, which is going to provide your core with a lot of heat. All that extra calories burned produces heat as a byproduct, and you're going to get the meat sweats. The meat sweats are a real thing. Anywho, the next one is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, okay? What is NEAT? So this is a bit of a gray bubble. This is sort of all the other things, right? It's going to be all the things you're doing in the day that I wouldn't claim are exercise, but that do burn calories. Let's say you're typing at your desk job, filling in sheets in Excel, right? You're not burning a ton of calories doing that, but you are burning more calories doing that than you would be at BMR, right? Because you're not a fucking potato. You know, and then every so often you'll probably get up and use the bathroom. Every so often you'll probably, you know, get yourself a drink or, you know, cook food or take out the trash. All of these things are not what I would consider exercise, but they do burn calories, and that's what NEAT is. And the final one is exercise activity thermogenesis. How many calories do you burn doing exercise? So what I was doing earlier, going for a walk, going for a run, lifting weights, cycling, swimming, playing a sport, doing garden work, you know, doing labor. You get the idea. All of that jazz. So this is your total formula, right? So now for me, this is roughly, on any given day, my basal metabolic rate at current weight levels is around 2,150 calories because I'm a fairly big dude. 6'3", you know, 230 pounds at the moment. Got a little bit of a love handle to work off. It will come off, don't worry. But you know, got a little bit of high BMR as a result of that, right? The more mass you have, the more calories you have to burn to maintain that mass. So the good news is if you're 400 pounds, you can lose weight a lot faster than someone who's 200 pounds. Resting metabolic rate. For me, this is roughly about 10% of your BMR. So I like to go, you know, I'll go ahead and say 250, a little bit more, because this is rounding down a bit. So this gives us, I like working with round numbers, right? 50 calories here or there is not going to kill you on a cut or a bulk, as long as you've got your base numbers semi-correct. So 250 is a good number for that there. Really just take your BMR, multiply it by 10, and then round up or round down. So I could make this 200, whatever. Thermic effect of food. I broke this down in a couple streams ago. I think it was not Thursday, but last Sunday. I'm not going to do it again for the time being, but for me, because I eat a fairly high protein diet, it's actually a substantial amount of calories, roughly 225 calories from the thermic effect of food, okay? Now, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, I'm pretty active. I have a standing desk in there that, you know, when I'm hanging out with you guys on Discord or even playing video games like RuneScape or Roller Coaster Tycoon or anything else, I'm standing when I'm doing that. Because I'm standing, you know, I'm going to burn more calories doing that than sitting. Every so often, you know, I do daily push-ups and daily abs. I don't count that as exercise activity thermogenesis, but they are calories that do get burned, and, you know, it ticks a little bit more on. So you add that in, you add, you know, I cook, you know, I clean, do all those normal day-to-day stuff, showering, you know, vacuuming, sweeping, you name it, right? I tend to go with, as a fairly conservative number here, but it should be between about 10 and 20% of your total calories burned. I go with 400 calories, which is, again, probably on the conservative side for a guy my size. Now, we go with exercise activity thermogenesis. So, how many calories are you burning when you're doing something? Well, it really depends. For a guy my size, running at a fairly high pace, but not like sprinting, burns about 1,000 calories an hour. Really, that's more jogging. Yeah, that's another thing. BMR. When you have more muscle mass, your basal metabolic rate does increase because muscle requires more energy to maintain than fat does. But in general, right, so I lift between 4 and 5 days a week. On those days, I usually lift between 1 and 2 hours. Typically speaking, my lifts are pretty low speed. They're not HIIT. HIIT will burn more calories in the immediacy. So I tend to stay conservative and say I burn roughly 300-ish calories a day, calories an hour when I lift. And I usually go a little bit more than an hour. So I usually say 400 calories for that as well. Then on days where I'm resting, you know, I came in here, right? 10 minutes of boxing, that's probably equivalent in terms of intensity to like 10 pretty fast minutes of running. So, right, that there alone is going to already be at least 150-ish calories. Then, all the lifting I was doing otherwise, probably another 50 to 100 to 150. So you're already at 300. And then I'm probably going to go for a nice long walk at some other point today. So honestly, on rest days, I may end up burning more in exercise because it's a lot more, walking and cardio than I would on lifting days. So to be conservative though, and if you use conservative safety margins and estimates, you're much more likely to see sustained success. So be conservative with your targets. I go with 400. So what does this all add up to? 2,150 plus 250 is 2,400. 2,400 plus 225 is 2,625. 2,625 plus 400 is 3025. Plus 400 again for the EAT is 3425. So a good maintenance target for me is roughly going to be, that's my calories out. So calories in should equal calories out. So I like to round to the nearest 100. So there we go. So there you go. That's how I've deduced my own maintenance calories. And I can show you how to do this calculation if you can't figure it out on your own. There's loads and loads of really good resources on my diet channel to help you with this. Strongly recommend joining the Discord. It's kind of hard for me to do this live for someone on Twitch, but if you come join the Discord, I can help you with it too. Very happy to do that. So for cut cycle, right? If you have even just a moderate amount of muscle mass, you don't want to be burning any more than 1% of body fat per week in terms of weight loss. So that's 1% of weight in fat loss. So for me, that's equal to roughly 2.3 pounds. So, okay, a pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. So it's going to be roughly about 9,000 calories a week is the most I could lose, right? Now, the problem here is that if I go that deep, that's going to put me at risk of losing muscle mass. 9,000 calories below maintenance would be something like 1,300 calories below maintenance per day, which is just over 2,000 calories, which is under my BMR. That's not sustainable. That's a bit too harsh. Because of that, I tend to recommend go with 0.5%. And I find that if you do that, it's a lot more realistic in what you can lose. So that's going to be equal to roughly 1.15 pounds, which is going to be equal to roughly about 4,000 calories a week, which is going to be roughly equal to, divide that by 7, it's going to be equal to about 600, give or take a little bit less, like 580 calories per day. Okay? Do these calculations take into account for the diet pills that my friend Peter uses regularly? Well, I don't know what diet pills he uses. Diet pills, there are loads of different kinds, so I don't know. Not very good at math, so tutor would help. How much do you charge for tutoring? Science and math class? It depends on what kind of classes you're taking. I'd want to make sure I could teach the subject matter before ever wanting to take on a job for that. But I'm just talking about losing weight right now. Ask me that on Discord, Neon. Okay? He's been losing about 4 to 6 pounds per day with them. Okay, unless he's 750 pounds and like near death levels of obese, that is not sustainable, and he is going to regret the consequences of that. 4 to 6 pounds a day is not sustainable at all. At that level, you are losing substantial amounts of muscle too. That is dangerously fast. You don't want to be losing fat that quickly. Anyway, so 600 calories a day. This is 1.15 pounds a week. Okay, that's like 3% of the weight loss that your friend is talking about. So 600 calories a day is going to equal roughly 2,800 calories. So for my target, I'm going to start He's actually been gaining muscle. He stacks his diet pills. Dude, the laws of thermodynamics aren't adding up there. He's got to be taking something. Anyway, what this is going to end up at is about 2,800 calories per day of food. I'm going to probably target 2,700 on the first cycle for cutting. And if I find that my numbers in the gym are going down a little bit, like I feel like I'm starting to lose a little bit of muscle, what I will do is bump it up to 2,900 calories. Your friend is not losing 4 to 6 pounds per day. It's damn near impossible unless you are. I mean, unless you're going full on wrestler style, spending 3 hours in the sauna a day and dehydrating yourself, which is incredibly dangerous either way. Forgot it's Sunday. The bank is closed. Oof, that's rough. Anyway, so that's basically how I'm doing my cut. I'm going to look to lose about 1.15 pounds per week. Right, and I'm sitting at about 231 pounds. I'd like to be at about 215, so that's 16 pounds per week. Obviously, I'm going to lose weight at a slower rate later in the cut, so I'm giving myself 18 total weeks and about 3 maintenance breaks in between to keep my metabolism up a little bit, and also to give myself a psychological break from that much cutting. So really, that's sort of where I'm at. 2,800 calories. And then protein for me, I like to keep it at roughly my body weight. So it's going to be 225 to 230 grams of protein. That was the other thing. But in general, right, this means I'm going to eat a lot of lean meat. I'm going to be eating a lot of vegetables, some carbs, and not too much junk food, which is what you're supposed to do anyway. Yeah, I gotta agree with Shobi here. Niam, I think your friend is bullshitting you. I think a lot of people in your life are bullshitting you, Niam. I think your genetics do play a part, but yeah. No, if you're 4 to 6 pounds a day is insane. That's unhealthy. First off, it sounds like he's lying, and second off, if he's not lying, it's dangerous. He should not be losing weight that quickly. That's madness. Anywho, so that's sort of my plan. I'm going to do this over 18 weeks. If I do this over 18 weeks properly, I should be floating around 210 to 215 pounds, and I should look like an absolute freaking Giga Chad. That's the goal, really. Uncle and I aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds per day. Even that is, okay, none of that's going to be fat, okay? So, right, if you're losing 1 pound of body mass a day, a pound of body fat requires 3,500 calories in deficit to burn off, okay? 3,500 calories in deficit, okay? 3,500 calories in deficit, okay? I'm gonna keep saying it until you get the idea. 3,500 calories is more than most people eat in one day. So unless you are burning a shit ton of calories and eating literally nothing, losing 1 pound of body fat per day is not something you can do. If you do that, you're going to lose muscle mass. No, 1 to 2 pounds a day is insane. That's not smart. You're losing too quickly. Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, and throw away the plan. Disagree with that. I would say adjust the plan when things are going off, when things aren't going as expected. But if you build enough conservative safety margins into your plan, like I have here, even if things go not quite according to plan, let's say if I eat 2,900 or 3,000 calories a day, if I'm burning 3,400, I'm still going to lose weight. It'll just be a little bit slower, right? Your brain needs fat. If you were losing that much, you wouldn't be just losing fat. You'd also be losing muscles. Yes. If you are burning, right, again, when I'm saying maximum safety is 1% of your body weight in a week, okay? So if you're 200 pounds, that's no more than 2 pounds in a week, which is 7,000 calories a week, which is 1,000 calories a day. If you're losing 1 pound a week or 1 pound a day, that's 7 pounds a week, which means you're burning 3,500 calories in deficit a day, which is insane. 4 to 6 pounds of fat is verging on physically impossible unless you are titanically obese. Anywho, I believe that is about it for the show today. That was really all I had for you guys. Do we have any questions? 1 to 2 pounds weight loss a week. That's what I'm doing. I'm a bit on, I really want to preserve muscle, so I'm going with 1.15. That's roughly going to be, 4,000 calories, a little bit more than 1 pound a week. 3 max if you want to go hardcore. Even 3 max, you'll probably feel like shit a lot of the time, and as a result, you probably will lose a little bit of muscle mass. I found that out last time. When I did a cut last year, I was a little bit more on the 750 to 1,000 calories a day deficit, and I lost a little bit of muscle mass. I don't really want to do that, because then this whole bulk would have been for nothing. Monkey, don't give this out for free. What are you talking about? This whole channel is built around trying to help people, right? That's my whole shtick. I don't do this because I'm never gonna do this for money. That's why I don't really run ads on this channel. I do this because I enjoy it and I like helping people. It makes me feel good. I wish I had this when I was 15. Mom used to basically starve me into losing weight. It was horrible. Oof. You'd be puking at 3, pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys just a moment here to screenshot. So if you want to do that, you can screenshot it. Great. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this now. Exactly. Losing fat without losing muscle is a marathon. It is not a sprint. R_Tamil, how many kilograms of gain? Well, I just finished my bulk cycle. For all this, to lose weight, you have to want to lose weight. If you don't want enough, it'll be close to impossible to achieve it. That is true. Mentally speaking, you have to be in the right body. You have to be in the right mindset to achieve what you're looking to achieve with your body. Yeah, life is absolutely a marathon. Couldn't agree more. Imagine having a buddy who's as smart and strong. Well, you have one. I am as smart and strong as this, by definition. And I think I'm your buddy, so there we go. That's really about it. I'm going to give you all about another minute or two to ask any other questions. Otherwise, we're going to probably like to raid someone. I'm thirsty. I need some water. Speaking of weight loss, hydrate, hydrate, and hydrate. If you're cutting your calories, you are losing a certain volume of water that you would get from your food. Unless you're eating nothing but Doritos, which don't have any water in them at all, but you get the point. Most foods have some amount of water in them, so if you're eating less food, you're going to naturally be taking less water in, so you need to increase your water intake when you are cutting. Much better. All right, you got a real dumb question. What you got? All right, that's good. While you doing that, I'm gonna figure out who we're rating. I'll wait to answer your question. Love this community already. You're gonna love the Discord even more. I really do try my best to make this community as positive as I can. It's not perfect, but I pride myself on being available, on being wholesome, trying to help people out. Right now, why do I make this an 18 plus channel then? Well, the answer is, you saw what's downstairs. Just anatomy wise, there's not much I can do about that. And I'd rather be able to speak my mind freely, especially because sometimes we'll talk about politics and economics and all sorts of other adult topics. I'd rather be able to speak freely about that rather than, risk offending the Twitch algorithm. And it's just not worth it. Again, if I'm not doing this for money anyway, why would I not have that label on there? I like rocks. Let's see. Have you thought about wrestling in cycling uniform yet? And should it be in maroon too? Like a singlet? I mean, you could send me one. I have no interest in going out and buying one. Remember, dog, I am looking to move across the country in a couple of months. As a result of that, I'm not really looking to buy more stuff. I'm trying to not have stuff. That would be the general goal. No question about fitness is a dumb one. Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that. Any question, as long as it comes from a pretty an honest place, is not a stupid question. I'll wait till you've moved then. Yeah, no, I definitely I actually I know I have a Throne page. I need to shut it down for now, just because I don't want more things that I would then have to turn around and get rid of before moving. I need to handle that actually. You know what? I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. Take down Throne for now. And I'm flattered again, all gifts and such. Why do we park in the driveway but drive on the parkway? Well, that one's easy. That one's caused by the Interstate Highways Act of 1956 and its consequences, which of course was a disaster for American society. You thought you were gonna get a street without me making that joke. Nope. Nope, we got it. I love making that joke. And I genuinely, it's more than just a joke. Let's see. You do not realize that getting your roommate to lose weight is your wildest testimonial. Do you not realize I mean, not really. I've had ex-girlfriends lose weight while hanging out with me because they started to adapt some of my behavioral patterns, and that meant they burnt a lot more calories. My roommate has come a long way. She's got a long way to continue going, but I wish her all the best. Obviously, she's got to figure out her next plan. For those of you, if you're looking for a real good hard worker and you are an employer in the state of South Carolina, I know someone. Chili, good to see you. Raj, heading up to Texas in a month or two to start building up my house, so I have to be back and forth for like 4 months. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. If you are in the Dallas area in April, let me know. Might be able to meet you because that's about when I'm going to be rolling through Texas. For those of you who don't know, it's looking like first week of April will probably be when I start looking to move. Looking like by the time May or June rolls around, I will be out west. More details to come. Actually, I'll tell you this much, right? So next week, I'm not going to be on the air. I'm actually going out to Washington, D.C. because I want to see my dad's gravestone one last time at Arlington National Cemetery. And I would like to do that before I head west because I can do it it's a date, I can do it in a weekend here. It would be a cross-country flight from the West Coast, so I don't want to do it like that. So I'm going to be doing that next week. I will not be on the air, so y'all won't. This is the last stream y'all are going to have for me for like 11 days. So really, really recommend big flashing letters on the Discord. We'll be sticking around, so know what your plans are. Baller, dude, that's going to be great. It's gonna be a good time though, y'all. I promise I will be as active as I can be on the Discord. So the community is gonna stick around. The DC trip should be pretty fun. But when I get back, that'll be we'll be a little bit deeper into March, and because of that, I should have an answer. I should have a lot more answers. I will probably by that point have a solid answer as to which job I'm taking, when I'm moving there, when I'm leaving South Carolina, and what my schedule between South Carolina and here is going to look like. So I was just going to buy a house. My uncle basically engraved in my head the houses in Texas aren't strong around. I should hire people to build one up for me. It depends on when they were built. A lot of new growth and development in Texas has been McMansions that got slapped up rather poorly. So you have to be very careful about that. Some houses in Texas are built very well. Some are not. I know this firsthand because, again, before I moved here to South Carolina, I lived in Texas for 7 years. We got to talk about peanuts. Dude, I love peanuts. All right, let's see who's on Twitch, and then we are going to call it a day. Let's see. Ooh, our friend Bam Bam's on. I like him a lot. He's a Ukrainian lifter, so he's definitely in for it. I like his stream. So we're gonna go raid Bam Bam. Okay. So raid message, as always, is Bull Rush. If your bedroom's gonna be upstairs, you need that thing built fucking properly. So we're gonna raid Bam _Bam _Bam _Bam. That's how it's spelled, right? Yes. Boom. So that's going to be it for me, y'all, today. Thank you all very much for coming out, for the new followers, for the new raiders. We had someone raid earlier. I'm going to make sure to send them a thank you note. Thank you all very much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more content between now and next Thursday, come join the Discord because that's where you're going to find me. Otherwise, that's going to be about it. Make good decisions, y'all. Does good decisions form your actions? Does actions form your habits? Does habits form your values? Does values form an ethos? It can be the guide start through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. And raid ski.